Good morning. Hello, beautiful souls. Welcome or welcome back. We are on the struggle bus a little bit today, so we'll see what happens when we start channeling. 11 seconds on the timer. So it is March the 27th, 2026. Again, all videos are timeless. We welcome in the elementals, the earth and nature spirits, earth, air, wind, fire, water, ether. We only ask those beings of unconditional love and light that are working with us for our highest and best good. And through divine light, divine love, divine truth, divine power, divine wisdom, divine empowerment, divine knowledge, divine remembrance, and this divine magic that you have, because you are magical, okay? So we've got my kiddos stuffed world over there. So the world is a significant key code for some people. We're gonna talk about probably a few different things today. I was basically journaling all morning, created content, posted content, journaling pretty much on and off all afternoon into the evening, and then woke up and couldn't go back to sleep and was guided to journal with words, color, numbers, crystals, all of that. But these are going to be separate videos. So again, take what resonates, and if you feel called to per the title and you get curious because you're hanging out with me, co-creating, sharing your frequency and energy, or if I landed in front of you, either way, it's all perfect. 144 on the timer. So you resonate with that particular number. All right. Today's video, this specific video, as I get into it, is going to be talking about when I went down the rabbit hole of my human design. I decoded my name, and then by decoding my name for the numbers, then it unraveled even further into my human design, which I was mistaken, which I thought I was a reflector. It unfolded, and I will explain that because I literally wrote that all down and then went down. This was 2 nights ago, and then I journaled it yesterday. And then, so there's a reason for it. Maybe you're guided to decode your name, your birth name, not your married name, not any adjustments. First name, middle name, last name, decode it. It might ask for your date of birth, the place of birth, the state, the time. And then you can unfold further. And what I did is unfolded further and went into my human design. And then I went into my partner's information to get all of that. So it was like hours of this. And like, and the reason why I was guided to decode my name was I saw another video that said, check this out. If you've never done this, go decode your name, because your name is actually going to give you your information. There's a reason you picked your name. There's no coincidences to anything. The placements of the planets, the place, the date, the time, it's all specifically coded for you. You did that. You, your team, source, there's reasons, and everything's mathematics. So I thought that was fascinating. And then as I decoded my name per the numerology, it unfolded. And then I'm like, all right, well, let's just tap into my human design, because I was, again, intuitive knowing to do so. I was inspired to do so. So I took the action, and it just unfolded and unfolded like this beautiful flower. And I was just like mind boggled, mind blown, like so perfect. I could see all of it. I could see where certain nefarious forces, how they have, or, you know, when you're not living in your full soul's purpose, like most of us haven't up until more recently, more than likely, it actually lines up that when you're not in alignment, those will show up. So I'm just going to, again, I'm guided to share. It's 411 on the timer. So if you're here, let me find my spot, because I am just ordered another journal. I started this one on the 19th of March. It is the 27th. You can math. That's the math. I don't have many pages left because I've been just voraciously journaling, and there's a reason for it. Like, I don't question that. And it's like nonstop. It's like writing. I guess I've never written a book. I'm not like that, but I can guess it's like getting tuned in and tapped in whatever specific way your channel works with your highest, with source, that it's like just nonstop. You don't even want to stop to pee type of situation. Does that resonate? Holy hell. Like, this is what it's been like most of this week. So this is how it's been coming through, not necessarily me getting hits off of other channeled messages. It's just like, all right, let's play this game, and then we're going to just unfold it from there, okay? All right, so let's see here. Really gonna try and see. There's a lot. That's why there's going to be a few videos today if I'm called to. And right now, even though I'm tired, I'm at like so exhausted I didn't feel inspired to hit record. I will rest when I feel like that. So it's like I'm totally spent. All right, let's see here. All right, decode. I thought I had it marked on here because I've been like just going down the rabbit hole. All right, so let's buckle up. 555. There's our sign. That's another one. Go down that rabbit hole. If you've been seeing the 5s, the 10s, yeah. Me too, beautiful soul. You probably, if you're here, you see messages and signs in everything. And you see words, you're like, all right, I need to go down that sacred rabbit hole and unlock this. Does this resonate? Because this is what's been going on for me for the past couple weeks, and it's even gone deeper. Okay, so decoding my name. Like I said, I was activated by listening to another video that said, have you ever decoded your name? Go check it out. There's many ways you can do that, okay? So I decoded my name, my first, middle, and birth name. Now I just want to put context is that I was born, I was adopted. My stepfather adopted me when I was 5, so I had that name up until I got married, and I still have my married name, even though we've been divorced since 2008, whenever that is. So anyways, first, middle, birth name. Okay, that's significant. So the core vibe of my numbers, the energetic code around my numbers is my first name breaks down to that 3, that creative, expressive, intuitive communication. This lines up perfectly with my soul. Like the complete resonance is like, holy hell. All right. It aligns with your creator voice because I've received many messages in many ways that I'm meant to be speaking my truth. My voice is an activator. Okay. So this aligns with my creator voice. Light language. Holy hell, like who'd have thought light language would came up? So light language came up with this energy, with my first name. So creative, expressive, intuitive communication that aligns with my creator's voice, light language energy. Yeah, you could have just stopped right there, but we didn't. We continued to unfold. So my middle name breaks down to the 9, and that's an old ancient soul. Wisdom, completion, and healer. Check, check, and check. All right, this carries a deep empathic and spiritual integrative energy. All right, my last name is the number 8. Okay, so again, if you're seeing all these number combinations, that could also say, hey, maybe take a deep dive on your name and see what's the connection, what's the thread, where are we weaving in this tapestry? Because this is what we're doing. Okay, 8, power, structure, manifestation, and leadership. So again, I've been told many ways that I'll be in some form of leadership role, a healing role, and speaking role. Check, check, and check. Grounded builder, authority, frequency. So my last name holds very grounded, building, and this authority frequency. Okay, so the combination of the 3, the 9, and the 8, the combination is very rare is what came up. It's very powerful. It's very rare and a powerful flow, okay? The expression to wisdom to power. So expression to wisdom to power, all right? Or in plain terms, you receive insight with the number 9, you express it through the number 3, and you anchor it into reality, which is number 8. Fascinating, all right? So the master overlay or the hidden frequencies in my name or your name can carry subtle energies. So number 11, which is intuitive. And if I haven't mentioned, according to my birth date, I am a master number. 11. I'm a master number. Okay. I also have a lot of numbers in my life. My phone number adds up to 11. My house number, it's funny. There's a lot of numbers that I use often that equal the 11. So if you want to have fun with numerology and math, go play, have fun, create, see what happens. See where your mind gets blown. Because it's hilarious. So, sorry. The name also carries the subtle 11 energy, just this very intuitive channel, spiritual awareness. So very intuitive, a channel, and spiritual awareness. It also holds this number 33 energy, which is teacher, guide, and healer, which I've been seeing a lot of 3s and 333s, but I already knew I was a teacher, guide, and healer. Like, I've had that underlying knowing just forever, okay? So these show up when you trust your voice, speaking your truth, standing in your authenticity, right? Speaking your truth, trusting your voice. When you stop filtering your truth, that's a big one. So when you stop filtering your truth, you step into visibility. This is where the power comes, all right? The sound frequency breakdown of the names carry vibrations through sound, not just numbers, because everything is sound and frequency, all right? So my first name, the frequency and the sound and the vibration that my first name carries is soft but direct. It opens the throat and the heart energy, and it feels like a very inviting energy. Have you ever had anyone just want to come up and just tell you everything? Or if you work with people, or if you just have a conversation randomly in the store, that they just open up? All right, no coincidence. The middle name is a very flowing, gentle, very gentle and very ancient. Sorry, I'm trying to read my handwriting because it's just been all, and my handwriting style changes when I'm automatic writing or rewriting stuff. It's fascinating. So my middle name is very flowing, very gentle, and very ancient. My middle name is very flowing, gentle, ancient. And it carries a lineage energy. It carries a lineage energy. This name often holds ancestral wisdom. My last name is very strong, grounding, and a very commanding energy. It feels like containment, feels like containment, a power channel. Containment? Yeah, containment. Feels like a containment, a power channel. Energetic archetype from your name. Okay, so yeah, there's a lot there. So again, pause and see, because even though I'm sharing my information, there's codes, there's activations, there's keywords, there's key codes in here, okay? Energetic archetypes from my name. All right, the resonant translator is you are someone who feels, you are one who feels energy very deeply. Check. You understanding things without being taught. Check. Translates the unseen into something others can understand. I've heard this many times, that I'm able to translate things for people in ways that they're able to understand it, but I didn't know, like, even from like the unseen. So translates, I'm able to translate the unseen into something others can understand or resonate with. All right, visionary and a teacher. The soul role encoded in my name is I am here to guide through expression, through my truth, right? Through my authenticity, by expressing, not by force, but through resonance. My voice, spoken, written, or symbolic, light language is going to be tapped in there, is the activation tool. That is my activation tool. My written word, my spoken word, my spoken light language, and any symbols, like writing light language, is my activation tool. All right, the shadow aspects of this is the shadow and growth edge of this, of my name. All right, every frequency has one. Again, we have both sides, duality. The challenge to the 3 is holding back expressing myself and overthinking most of my life because of the programming, conditioning, and the way I was brought up, and all of the abuse and all of that. So you hold back your expression, you overthink. Number 9 is emotional overwhelm or carrying others' energy. Again, if you're deeply empathic and very intuitive and you're unaware of that, the challenge or the shadow aspect of your frequency of your name is that you can get emotionally overwhelmed if you don't know how to work with the energy, and you can carry others' energy without knowing how to transmute that. The number 8, power struggles or soft doubt in your leadership. So you doubt your leadership roles, right? And you might have power struggles. So when balanced, when everything is balanced, voice and wisdom and authority. When it is balanced, you have voice, wisdom, and authority, frequency and energy, okay? The activation phrase for my name, if I want to activate my full name frequency, and you can say this with me, it has nothing to do about your name. It's just a good activation mantra, affirmation. I express what I know and I trust the power it carries. So this can go across the board for everyone. So let's say this right now. I express what I know and I trust the power it carries, okay? All right. My name does not carry passive energy. I've said this before and I've been told before, you're too loud, you're too much. All right. So my name does not carry passive energy, right? It's big energy. It carries movement. All right? It carries movement. I am designed to take something invisible and make it real, felt and understood. So I think this again is going to be the grand scale of things. When Source has me fully step in, I am designed to take something invisible and make it real, translatable, felt, and understood. Because if you're here 1707, you're seeing the 17s, you are in resonance with me, Tanya, and my frequency, energy, flavor, color, and essence, because your soul and my soul know each other on a level that the human, the ego, logical brain does not understand, okay? It's like you can't turn away. You can't stop listening because you're waiting for what's next. That's how it works when we watch these messages, or we're pulled into, or they're dropped in front of us, okay? I am a resonant translator. That's part of my human design. I am a resonant translator. I am not a reflector. Like I said before, going into my human design, I thought I was a reflector. I'm not. I'll tell you why they explained that. This was explained why I thought that at first. I am a manifesting generator. That blew my mind. All right, so what is a manifesting generator? Okay. Very strong sacral, and we're in the color actually, and that'll correlate. Like I even have my orange selenite out here, which is funny. I put this on. I didn't even make that correlation till now. The team's pretty funny. Thank you, team. All right. So a very strong sacral center. In a way, certain things, dark things, will attack somebody with a strong sacred center is SA. Physical abuse. SA abuse. That's a big one. Okay? As I was. Okay? So that's how you can attack someone's strong sacral center. So they know your frequency and energy before you're even out of the womb. All right? So things have been strategically, if they've happened to you, may resonate with that. Okay? So also with this energy, being a manifesting generator is very fast moving, very responsive, and multi-passionate. Like I said, ever since like even in the health and wellness industry and the nutritional everything's been multi-passionate. Like I have these passions, right? It's not one thing. I'm not just doing one thing. Even when I started hitting record, I'm doing card pulls, I'm doing tarot readings, I'm doing light language, I'm doing videos like this. I'm like, pick a card. I'm like, all right, now let's play. Pick some, there's just multi-passionate. That's my soul is very multi-passionate. All right. Decision making equals instant gut responses. So my decision making is the power of my manifesting, being a manifestor. It's that clear knowing. It's either a hell yes or a hell no. And it's that gut response. There's no overthinking. It's just a clear, fast-moving, responsive decision-making accordance to the feel of my body or the knowing, that gut response, okay? That sacral energy, okay? When you might feel or have felt like a reflector, so this is where I was getting it mixed up, why I might have felt like a reflector, all right, and it said it makes a lot of sense, okay, because even as an MG or manifesting generator, I likely have open centers, all right, which especially emotional identity, so you have very open centers, especially around emotional identity, intuitional areas, those areas of your intuition, okay? Highly sensitive to people and environments. Do you resonate? I'm telling you, decode your name with the numerology and then do it this way and then break it down into your human design and see what happens. I'm curious. Like, and if you do come back, save this and come back. Have fun, journaling, get some paper out. Get a journal if you don't have one. All right, highly sensitive to people and environment. So strong, intuitive, empathic awareness. So I can read the energy like a reflector. I'm a human fucking walking lie detector. I'm a walking tower. I am walking karma. This is where this part fits in, why I thought I was a reflector. I can read energy. I can read energy like a reflector. All right? I can feel when energy shifts quickly. I also mirror others at times. So it's, again, having that mirroring effect. So, in translation, I am not energetically empty. Okay, so here we go. In translation, according to this, I am not energetically empty like a reflector, but I am perceptive, like one. I perceive like one. Perceptive. I'm very perceptive like one. Holy hell. Forgive me, I've had not much sleep. We're just getting her done. 2, 2, 2, 2 on the timer. Go look at that number when we're done. The difference does matter a lot in all capital letters. If I were to try to live like a reflector, and you can go see what a reflector is, it's a very small percentage, like less than 1% of the population. So if I were to live like a reflector, waiting a moon cycle or 28 days to make decisions, not trusting my gut, or over processing things, and these are traits of reflectors, I would feel stuck, slow, and frustrated. That makes sense. So when I made that connection, like, oh yeah, I don't resonate with that part of the reflector, because I'm like when I'm on point and I'm tapped the fuck in and I'm tuned in, I'm not waiting to make decisions. All right, I'm listening to my knowing and my physical, like what I know, right? And if I don't do that, I do feel stuck, and I do things feel slow and very frustrating, okay? My actual power, again, is the MG, being a manifesting generator. And I will go down and see how that affects other people outside of what we're sharing today. That just dropped in. Like, how does that energy and frequency of my human design, being a manifesting generator, helps the collective outside of what we already have here? All right, so I'm meant to move when my body says yes, and not to wait for long cycles. I'm not to overthink decisions, okay? The deeper truth about me, according to my human design, and all of this math, frequency, and sounds that we've got unfolding here together, I have a hybrid feeling. So I'm a little bit of a hybrid. So the generating core is very grounded energy and the ability to build. The reflective, so I have the sensitivity of a reflector, which is highly intuitive, awake, and perceptive, okay? My real alignment, my sweet spot, is fast decisions with very deep awareness, not slow decisions with over-analysis. Does this resonate? All right? So just another thing for me, I wrote down a quick daily check-in, which is, I've been saying this since I've been hitting record. It's that hell yes or no. And this doesn't matter if you're a manifesting generator, it's just in general. Ask yourself, does my body feel open or closed to this? Again, open means go, closed means no. Does this feel like a hell yes or a hell no? And you feel that. You don't think it. You feel it, you don't think it, okay? Been saying this since the beginning. That's it. No overcomplicating. We way overcomplicate things, beautiful souls. You're not here to wait for the moon, like reflectors do, to tell you who you are. You're here to respond to life and shape it right here, right now. No wonder why when I'm tuned in and tapped in and I respond, like if I feel hit record, that's a hell yes. That's a real time. I shape my life now. I create my reality now, in this present moment now. So, but while doing that, I am also deeply aware of the energy, okay? All right. My human design energy map, simplified and visualized in words. So thinking of my system like this, is defined consistent power. This is me, consistent power. My core is my sacral center. My sacral center. Here's the other way that someone can attack you outside of SA. I've had 3 major surgeries. My first baby, emergency C-section. Had to schedule my second baby, C-section. I ended up having a full abdominal hysterectomy at 45, which threw me into early menopause, 3rd abdominal surgery. Where are all these located? In the sacral center. I don't get caught up in the fact that more than likely, yes, that's part of the story. I get that. But if you wanted to maybe think about it a little deeper, if you know you've been energetically attacked your whole life without knowing you're energetically attacked, and how would somebody continue to energetically attack your sacral, your core, your strength, your power throughout your life after childhood, 20s, 30s, 40s. First child at 22, second child mid-30s, hysterectomy at 45. There is no coincidence, and I'm getting goosebumps because I just confirmed that myself. That just came to me. I did not make that connection until just now. Thank you, team. I don't attach to that. Yes, if that happened, that happened. That's part of the story. That's part of the teaching, the learning, and growing. But I'm just giving an evidence of how, if you are, thieves don't break into empty houses. Okay? I know what I am. Okay? I know I've been attacked since I came out of the canal. But I don't attach to that. I thank that. I love it. Thank you for the knowledge, the wisdom, and the teaching. I'm just now connecting the dots. I've had that. Okay? In the first one, all right, we're going down this hole. Sorry. Just hang in. We'll get through this. My first one was the emergency C-section. What also happened with that is I got a severe infection from the hospital, from the doctors. So we're about day 5. My daughter also had the infection. So not only did we have an emergency section, but she also ended up with an infection. I ended up with a severe infection in my wound. After day 5, they had to reopen me. Yes. Drain everything, clean it. And for 6 weeks, I had to have a home care nurse come to my home and pack my wound and clean my wound twice a day for 6 weeks. You want to attack a sacral? There's a way to blow that the fuck up. Sorry, the team wanted me to talk about that. I never spoke about that here. So that was for somebody at some point whenever you're receiving this video. Okay? Don't attach to what was or what happened. Surrender it. Acknowledge it. Thank it. Love it. Let it go. Okay. All right. So, my sacral center is my core powerhouse. It is my life force. That's that gut feeling, the hell yes or hell no. So if that's been attacked, how do you throw somebody's intuition off a little more? Okay. The team is amazing how I channel through this information. Your ability to create, to build, and to sustain your energy. So this is my sacral is my ability to create, to build, and to sustain energy. But the sacral energy is it's the womb space. All right, and that's your creative center. All right. This is my anchor. All right. This is my anchor. No one overrides this. My next one is my throat chakra. That's my expression. My voice activates things. My voice activates. So you may be just hanging out with me listening to an oracle card pull. You're receiving activations. I don't know what they are. I'm just the channel. But you're receiving activations through this vessel, through my specific flavor, frequency, color, and energy, specific to you according to what your highest knows, your team knows, and your source within, which is your highest prime source creator. All right? Speaking, creating, expressing, this equals movement. Okay? I also wanted to go back to the activations. So just be mindful if you're watching specific videos, all ranges. If you feel some kind of way, like you have an emotional release, you might get kind of tired, you start having detox symptoms after, let's say, watching a tarot reading. It's because you were receiving healing frequencies, energies. Maybe you were receiving something that was pulling distortions out of your field. Maybe you were getting activated and now you've received codes and now you're integrating these codes. Okay, so that just was meant to be pointed out. All right, so my speaking, my creating, and my expression equals movement. All right, when I speak from my gut, right, from my gut, from my knowing, from my truth, things happen. All right. So I am open, sensitive, and reflective. All right. This is what I read. Okay. Big capital letters is what this was put in. All right. These are my reflector-like zones, is my emotional center, which is my solar plexus, which is the seat of your soul. All right. I feel other people very deeply. All right. All right. I'm very empathic. All right. And I can amplify emotional energy. Okay. I am an emotional empath. My G center, my generating center, is my identity and my direction. I shift depending on my environment. Places and people matter a lot. I am like a chameleon in the best way possible. So I knew I was type of the shapeshifter types of energy, but a chameleon kind of fits. So I'm like a chameleon, but in the best way possible. Ajna, my head, AJNA, I can never pronounce those. My mind centers is I receive thoughts, ideas, and downloads. I'm not meant to be mentally fixed. All right. I am a channel, not a container. I'm going to say that again. I am a channel, not a container. There are some human design people that are actually a container for other people. I don't know what those are. You'll have to go check those out. 333. Ego. Okay. The ego part of this. Okay. All right. Sensitive. All right, so the ego aspect of this is the will center is too open. All right, so sensitive to proving worth and sensitive to pressure, being under pressure. You're not here to force anything. So again, I'm not here to prove anything. I'm not here to prove my worth, even though I did that pretty much my entire life. And I'm not here to force anything, again, which I kind of did. So if you're still hanging out, playing, and co-creating, thank you. This was a fun one for me. I know it's a little longer one, but I know there's things in here. If you're still here, you're receiving your perfect quantum medicine, your perfect quantum magic frequencies and energies, okay? I am a unique combo. Grounded. I'm a grounded generator at the core, and I'm highly intuitive, open upper system. So again, I'm going to say that again. My unique combo is that I'm a very grounded generator at the core, and I'm highly intuitive and open in my upper system. All right. This is why I feel a strong and sensitive. This is why I feel very strongly and I'm very sensitive, okay? I'm certain. Oh, this is why you feel a strong and sensitive, certain and questioning, fast moving, but deeply aware. Okay? My body leads, everything else follows. My body leads. So when I'm on point, my body leads the way. Okay? And everything else just follows along. All right? So some colors came through. I was surprised at this part, but we're going to share it. So this gold light is my energy. And a soft black or violet shield is the protection, which is fascinating because that goes back to when I had my intuitive reading on Tuesday, where she said I had this slow burning, light, thin black. It was a very light black, soft black veil that was slowly burning away, exposing my golden light. So this black shield or violet shield is form of protection, okay? So midday rest, when I feel off, I need to rest. All right, and then I need to pause and ask if it's mine, but we can all do this, not just me. So if you're feeling like something's off, sit and breathe and ask if this is mine. If you know it's not yours, I like to just double check and I use my pendulum, even though I already know. If it's not, get up, do some somatic work, shake your hands, shake your legs, take some deep breaths. Imagine this energy leaving your body, asking it to leave. Thank you for showing me, but I know it's not mine. Please leave, okay? Especially if you pick up the yuckies, the dusties, the sticky ickies. Because you do that typically without really knowing that. But when you become aware of your own system, your energy, you know how to work with it better. All right? You don't need to process what's yours. Like, this is not only to me. This is also for the collective, okay? You don't need heavy protection rituals, okay? So for me, I don't necessarily need heavy protection rituals. Sometimes I play around with that and I do that when I'm called to, but I listen to my awareness. I do quick clearing things. I use essential oils. I smoke. I've got, like I said, we use incense. I use Palo Santo. I use sage, essential oils. I use my light language. I use sigils and symbols. If I need a quick clearing energetically or in my space, or even if I'm driving somewhere, I will energetically do a quick clearing before I go into a store, an environment where there's might be some people that I know that are carrying icky, sticky wickies, yuckies, and dust bunnies, okay? So the biggest mistakes I need to avoid, because I feel so much, is to try not to force everything. Or sorry, for me, I have to make sure that I don't try to figure everything out mentally. And that's been a huge lesson in this awakening process. Trying to just not try to figure everything out. Just to surrender and trust and know, okay? And not to hold on to energy that isn't mine. I've gotten really fucking good at that. Really good at that. Listening to the cues, the signs, the synchronicities, the feelings, the sensations. All right, my power formula, all right, for my daily life is feeling everything is a gift. It's a superpower, whether you realize it or not. It might not feel like it sometimes, but again, when you tap in and you learn to work with your own specific frequency and energy, and you work with energy practitioners and or healers, it's very empowering that when you feel everything, it's a gift. You are a fucking walking lie detector. You're walking karma. You're a walking tower. Guarantee it. Does this resonate? Any of this. Again, some of it might resonate. Some of it might trigger a download, an aha moment like it has for me. Right? And if it doesn't right now, it will. All right? I filter quickly. Okay? I listen to my gut. I let my gut lead. Okay? I let my gut lead. I can't read the rest of that. Okay? So I respond, I trust my gut, I move fast, and I adjust freely and frequently. Something just happened with my hearing. That was weird. I am not here to get it right the first time. Believe me, I've repeated many things over and over again. I am here to move, to refine, and to rise through motion and through action. To go a little deeper on this, on my core type as being a manifesting generator, all right, it's this builders and initiators in my body. It says energy. It's to move fast, skip steps, respond, then initiate. Sorry, to move fast. Yeah, it says skip steps, respond, then initiate. Not initiate, then respond. So respond, then initiate. To master things through doing. Through doing. Not thinking. Took me a minute to read that. So I'm here to master things by doing them, not by thinking through them. All right. Let's see here. My real life operating system is that I'm not meant here to move slowly. And if you've been in my frequency and energy, when I'm on point and tapped in and channeling, you know this, you feel this. The energy, you just feel the energy. My energy is fast, it's non-linear, and it's multi-passionate. I am designed to start things, pivot if necessary, midway, and adjust, even quietly, and restart if I need to. That's not inconsistency. That's my accuracy. All right. My strategy is to wait. This was all capitals. To wait, respond, then move. All right. Wait, respond, then move. This is where the MGs get off track. That's the wrong way, off track. All right, so some other ways I can get off track are initiating from my mind, forcing things, or chasing things, chasing ideas, all right? To be in a correct or to be in alignment. So alignment's been coming up. Have you been hearing the word alignment a lot? Seeing alignment a lot? So correct, aligned. All right, so yeah, so my strategy is not to wait, but to respond, then move. I said that wrong, so I had to reread that. So my strategy is to wait, to not wait, sorry, to respond and then move. All right, so to be aligned, life brings me, so being aligned, life will bring me something through thoughts or opportunities, feelings, or a person. All right, my body responds. It's that gut reaction or that just clear knowing, that hell yes, like I just know this is what I'm supposed to do. This is where I'm supposed to go. All right, then I move quickly. So like if I'm getting down and if I get like a knowing that sources says, okay, you've got to go down to Kroger. I don't know why, but I've got that instant download. I've got that knowing, and now I react. I move because I feel it. Okay? Because I'm tapped in. Okay? I don't question it. I move quickly. If I skip that response, then frustration and burnout can take place, okay? All right. So much today with this particular one. My sacral responses, again, are my superpower. My gut signals, that's a hell yes, or ugh, that's a hell no. All right? This is not mental. Don't overcomplicate it. And this doesn't matter or not, this can apply to anyone. All right? It is an instant physical and honest response, right? Instant response, a clear knowing, a physical response, and an honest response in your physical body. My life works when I trust that over the logical ego mind, okay? The energy theme, when I'm aligned, I'm satisfied and I'm excited. When I'm off track, frustration and anger, okay? This is very specific, it said, to the manifesting generators, all right? All right, so when you feel off, so like if you're feeling anger, for me, if I'm feeling anger or frustration, that's a sign that it means I moved maybe in the wrong direction. I didn't listen to my gut response or my clear knowing. That can be a big trap, okay? I am a very smart, intuitive, and energetic. I'm very intuitive and energetic. So what happens? This can create overthinking, All right, if you get caught in the trap, it can create overthinking, starting things that don't feel right, but you continue to hold on to it, right? Starting things that don't feel right. All right, stopping and starting cycles that feels chaotic. My deeper layer, personal twist, which this correlated with other information, and I'm going to share it because it was according to the theme, I think, with the video I did the other day, yesterday. Because it, again, it unfolds with everything that's already in the system. So my deeper layer, adding to this with the owl, the wind, the fire, and the confidence themes that came through yesterday. I'm not just an MG, a manifesting generator. I'm a manifesting generator with strong intuitive awareness. I already know things before they make sense. I have a very high activation energy. All right. When I am lit up, I move fast. All right. Mental and verbal power. My words and my decisions are powerful. All right. I shift my reality quickly. The translation to this is that I am very powerful when I trust my instincts and move on them quickly. I just mentioned that. My life pattern is I am here to try new things, master things quickly, move on, not stay stuck in one identity, that chameleon energy. I'm not meant for one straight path. Like I said, never fit in the 9 to 5, never fit in the school system, never fit in all the bullshit and the nonsense. And if I was in something too long because I was trying to make it work, I got more and more uncomfortable, aka relationships in the past. All right? I'm not meant to stay stuck in one place. I'm meant to shift, to evolve, to move, to be like the chameleon, okay? I'm meant to evolve through experience. The truth is that most people won't tell you, as I will outgrow people. Boy, have I learned that one. I will outgrow jobs. I've known that one for a while. I will outgrow old versions of myself. All right? Faster than most other people, because people don't do that. They stay stuck or stay complacent because they think it's comfortable is equals safe. That's not. All right? So I outgrow people faster. I outgrow jobs faster. I outgrow versions of myself a lot faster than other people. That's my human design working on point. That's when it's balanced and in alignment. My power formula is, I remember, if I were to remember nothing else, remember this: respond, trust my gut, to move fast, and adjust freely. All right? All right. My specific message, which I'm going to share with you. So I also wrote momentum creator. So I'm here to create momentum. So I'm going to go into that a little deeper. There was a reason I wrote that up there. So my specific message was specific to me. I'm not here to get it right the first time. I'm here to move, refine, rise in motion. I am not here to get it right the first time. I'm here to move. I'm here to refine and to rise through motion. This still might resonate, okay? What should I do right now? Stop forcing. What should you do right now? You should stop forcing decisions from your head. Start noticing your gut reactions. Act on what feels like a full body yes. Let yourself change direction without guilt. That's a big one. All right? My purpose in plain language is I'm here to become powerful by doing what lights me up and showing others they can do the same. Not by sticking to one thing forever. Not by forcing consistency or playing small to make others feel comfortable. If you're still here, you know you know. My unique role is this momentum creator, this activator. People around me are impacted by how fast I make moves, how I boldly shift directions, how I freely follow my energy, listen to my gut, And how I give others permission, so me doing me, is giving others permission to change, to grow, and not to stay stuck. All right. I'm just trying to see if there's a lot here that it just went on and on. So we're 50 minutes in. So if you're still hanging out, creating, sharing your frequency, your energy, your flavor, your color, your essence, thank you. There's always something here, even in the short videos or long videos. And we get so caught up in this scroll on, scroll on, scroll on. You'll know in resonance if you're continuing to be called to listen a little deeper, okay? If you feel called to skip ahead, Ken. If you're called to listen to some of it now, you're meant to receive that now, save it for later, and then finish listening to it. And there might be information that you're ready to receive in that now present self, your future now self, okay? So, again, from my heart to yours, 5055, I am you, you are me, we are we. I love you from the bottom of my heart, and I'll see you soon. Bye.